How's it going, guys? As I said here, bringing you PMC season number 3, week number 6 of the PMC. Obviously, this is the team builder. I'm going to be going through the team I'm bringing for the Red Spark Vikavolt. Not Vikavolts, but Vikavolt. It's plural without the S. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is Vikavolts, but he just decided to make it singular. I don't know. Anyway, you can see his team on the bottom. See my team on the top. If you didn't know, we did switch Necrozma and Necrozma and Dodrio in for Tornadus, Therian, and Uxie, but that was like 2 weeks ago. So, they both came in last week, so you should know by now that we made that change. But we also made a different change. We dropped Cricketune and we picked up Wailord. Now, why did we pick up Wailord? Well, first of all, he's my new mascot. And that's kind of funny. Second of all, I don't know. I wasn't really using. I didn't really feel like I was gonna use Cricketune. I feel like my team is fast enough to fend for itself. And we do have a few baton passers now with Dodrio and Konnichiwa, our Mian Shao. So I feel like we could pass speed if we need to. But it's just not gonna be easy. But still, Wailord is nice. It is my third water type, but I mean, Chimpact has 3 water types in his draft, and everyone liked it. I'm pretty sure, or everyone that I heard that was talking about his team liked it, even though it had 3 water types. So we're fine. I mean, plus I'm not gonna be using all 3 of those water types every single week, So even though it does show an electric weakness, it doesn't mean that I'm not. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna have a glaring electric weakness every single week. You know what I'm saying? I also have like Whimsicott and Diggersby and Magnezone and Haxorus for electric types, so there you go. First up, sorry, yes, we have to go over his team first, and then we're gonna go over the team that I'm bringing. So he's got Celesteela, great first round pick for him. Gets Leechy, Toxic Protect. Those are the only 3 moves you really need for it, like honestly. But it can also be offensive, which is annoying about it. It's very slow, but its stats are like so balanced, other than its speed, that it can go for autotomized to double its speed, so now it's fast. It also gets, I've seen a weakness policy set. It also gets calm. I believe it gets calm mind. I'm not sure about that, but I think looking at all the Ultra Beasts, everyone thought that Celesteela would kind of just like sink to the bottom, but it's really not. I mean, it's got a phenomenal typing, steel flying. It's got great coverage moves. It can EQ my Magnezone. It can flamethrower my Magnezone. Like it can heavy slam because it's really freaking heavy. Like it's definitely a threat. And I don't like it just because I don't like its design, but it's still good. So there you go. Next up is Garchomp. Garchomp could be offensive with Choice Scarf. It could also be defensive with like Stealth Rocks and Dragon Tail and phasing and stuff like that. It's just pretty solid of a second round pick as well. Obviously has that 4 times ice weakness, but I don't have an ice type, so I feel like he might bring Garchomp just because there's no ice type that directly threatens it. So then he has the Celebi. Celebi's interesting. I feel like it doesn't get as much use as it should, in my opinion. It's got base 100 all across the board, so it's got the same stats as Victini, Jirachi, Manaphy, those big threats. It's just that its typing kind of lets it down. It's got so many weaknesses with Grass and Psychic, and it's one of the few that I'm pretty sure it has 7 weaknesses. It's one of the few that has. I know like Cacturne and Abomasnow, those guys have 7 weaknesses and stuff like that, but I'm not sure if Celebi does. I'm not gonna. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because he has all of the grass weaknesses, and then he has Ghost and Dark. So that will be. Grass has 5 weaknesses: Fire, Flying, Ice, um, Bug, and Poison. Celebi's weak to all of those, and then he's also weak to Ghost and Dark because of its Psychic typing. So that's 7 weaknesses. But the thing is, it gets a bunch of different moves. It can run defensive or offensive, or really anything you want it to do. I believe it gets Baton Pass. It does get Swords Dance, Nasty Plot, Calm Mind, T-Wave, Recover. It can be so many things, and it's honestly a force to be reckoned with. So definitely don't underestimate Celebi if your opponent has it in a league. So next up is the Fortress. Fortress is pretty cool. I really admire Fortress because I feel like just because it has a bad special defense stat and it has a 4 times fire weakness, combined with Garchomp and Celebi, they all have 4 times weaknesses, but they all cover each other's weaknesses. or cover each other's 4 times weaknesses. So I think, he's got really good type synergy with his mons. And Fortress is really bulky on the physical side. It can rapid spin. It can also get up rocks and spikes and T-spikes. Luckily no sticky webs, but he already has Ariados, obviously. So, but yeah, Fortress very bulky. And I think it's a solid Pokemon. So next up, he's got Politoed. Politoed can set the rain up for Kingdra, which is a Swift Swim Sweeper, one of the biggest threats, one of the biggest weather threats in the game right now, in the OU meta game. Not everyone, but the people who are using rain really seem to work with it. Like Kingdra, for some reason, is just so good in the rain right now. Um, but yeah, Politoed, very powerful. If you want it to be, it could be Choice Scarfed in the rain, Hydro Pumps, blast everything. Um, but it could also be like defensive to take on something like Volcanion and whatnot. So, um, yeah, that's that. Yeah, and then Kingdra, can D-dance, but it can also just like focus energy, but it can also just ball break. I mean, that's what it can also do. So, yeah, it's definitely annoying. Next up is that freaking Meloetta. Meloetta is very specially bulky. It can also go for the Relic Song and get mad, mad speed and attack and just rip holes through things. Hopefully, it doesn't go with that route, but because that would kind of be bad. But I don't know. I mean, he's got the Meloetta there, and that's pretty freaking annoying, bro. Next up is the Thundy T, with the very strong base 101 speed. Also, so it can now speed all the base 100s, which is annoying for a lot of people. I don't really have any base 100s, I just realized, so, eh. But the thing is, yeah, Thunderous, very strong, can get agility and nasty plot. Gets focus blast, dark pulse, HP ice, obviously, because everything gets all the hidden powers. But T-Bolt just hits my team. So like T-Bolt plus focus blast hits my team so hard, So it's definitely a threat. Could bring a number of different sets with that, like Choice Scarf, you know, substitute. I don't know. But next up is Oricorio. I'm pretty sure he can bring all 4 forms of Oricorio. Like I'm pretty sure he can use all 4 forms, but like as one. Obviously he can't bring 4 Oricorios, but he in the same battle. But he can bring any one of the 4 Oricorios. I just put that one there because that's just the default one. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, even though that's not the first one you get in the game. But anyway, yeah, Oricorio, it can Hurricane in the rain. That's threatening. It can also be either a fire type. It can be a fire flying, electric flying, ghost flying, or psychic flying, depending on what he wants to bring. But he hasn't brought it yet. So hopefully, I don't know. I don't know if he wants to bring it or not. But it's just got pretty lackluster stats. But it can definitely put in work if he makes the right set. Like he could bring the ghost one for my Necrozma, and that could be annoying. But who knows? We're just gonna have to find out. Next up is Ariados, which adds just a whole new dimension to his team. Okay, now he's got sticky webs. So now all of a sudden his Garchomp, his Meloetta, his Oricorio, his Thundurus, his Politoed, now his Celebi. Now those things are just so much more threatening because of the sticky webs, because your team's gonna get slowed down. But we're just gonna have to deal with that. It also gets Toxic Spikes, which is interesting. It gets SD plus Sucker Punch. It's nice for my Necrozma, so that's annoying. Well, I do outspeed it, I'm a Psychic type. But it could be Focus Sash, who knows. And then finally he's got Shedinja. Shedinja is actually pretty annoying because you have to prep for it. Because if you don't have enough things to be able to hit it, it can like sweep your team. But obviously it's got 5 weaknesses, so we should be good in that department. But yeah, let's get right into the team. I'm bringing the Magnezone with the Air Balloon, because I can lead with this thing if I want. If he brings Fortress, I can lead with this thing and set up a sub, and he can't EQ me because of the Air Balloon. I have the Magnet Pole, so he's trapped in with the Fortress. I don't need HP Fire because Thunderbolt's going to be whittling him down enough anyway. And then HP Ice is nice for the Garchomp, obviously. So yeah, and then Toxic, again, I mean, just for the Shedinja, pretty much. I can also Toxic, like, I don't know, there's pretty much nothing else I would Toxic because Thunderbolt plus HP Ice hits his team so hard. Probably Meloetta. Meloetta would be only other thing that I would go for Toxic against. But really, there was nothing else. I mean, Magnet Pull is also really nice for the Celesteela. And if he doesn't bring Flamethrower, which he probably won't looking at my team, I mean, it doesn't really do much. I feel like EQ would just be so much better. Because the only two things that Flamethrower hits is my Magnezone and my Whimsicott. And Whimsicott you can just Heavy Slam, and Magnezone you can EQ. So I don't think he'll bring Flamethrower. But luckily I do have the Air Balloon there. I have enough speed to outspeed a Celesteela with a little bit of speed in it. So hopefully that works out. And again, Magnet Pull, if he's not a speedy Celesteela, we can probably just set up a sub on it. And then just, same thing like Fortress, just T-bolt it until it dies. Because Magnet Pull is going to trap them in because they're still types. So hopefully that works. I think this Magnezone can really put in work against my opponent's team. I'm excited to bring it like this. So next up is Ganlanberry Kabutops, which is going to be my natural gift Ice. Basically, I'm going to try to take advantage of his rain, but I'm not going to really try to set up with an SD and just sweep his entire team. I don't think this thing has that potential. Well, it, like, you know, water plus rock is good against like pretty much every team, but I just wanted this thing for the rapid spin because against Fortress, against Aerodot, you know, if they get hazards up, I want to be able to rapid spin. His ghost type is Shedinja, which gets hit hard with from my Stone Edge, so I'm not really threatened by, you know, if I get the rapid spin off, this thing's just here to get the rapid spin off. I can outspeed the, um, I can outspeed a max speed choice card Garchomp if I'm in the rain, so that's nice. I didn't go like I could have gotten 128 and gone adamant, but I'd rather go jolly so that I have more EVs to put in my bulk, so I can take more hits possibly. But yeah, if we're in the rain, we get a natural gift off on the Garchomp, it's pretty much gone. I don't see it living that, but you know, that might be his switch into this thing if it's defensive. We also have Stealth Rocks. I initially had Waterfall, but I just changed it to Stealth Rocks because Waterfall isn't really that much better of a move than Stone. Like Stone Edge has a higher base power move, is a higher base power move, and Waterfall really would just be there. I mean, Stone Edge hits like everything. Waterfall could be nice for the Garchomp, but again, Natural Gift Ice is right there. So yeah, I think going Stealth Rocks over Waterfall is much smarter, in my opinion. But yeah, getting up rocks hopefully. I just need a Rapid Spin, so yeah. Next up is Driller, SD with Ice Punch, Fire Punch, and Quick Attack. This thing's just like, just there, dude. I mean, honestly, I mean, Fire Punch the freaking. Shouldn't we go Thunder Punch then? Thunder Punch. You could go Thunder Punch for Polly. But it might no, it can't outspeed us. Should we go Thunder Punch? I think we should. I think it's a good play over Fire Punch. I had Fire Punch for the Fortress, but I'm gonna change it to Thunder Punch. My team isn't genned yet, so I mean I have a lot of time for that. I have like the whole week to do that. But yeah, my week was it. This is yeah, my week 4 team builder isn't even up. It goes up today because we're like a week ahead as far as uploads. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, we got enough speed, outspeed, a max speed, Polytoad, unless you just in case he wants to do that. If we get an SD up, we hit his team really hard with this thing. It just bodies a lot of his team. You know, if he brings defensive Garchomp and we can outspeed it with this thing, that would be, and we just Ice Punch. I mean, you know, nothing really takes hits from this thing, just naturally. We can't hit Shedinja with this, which is unfortunate. But you know, it'll be okay. Okay, so next up is Choice Specs. Whimsicott, enough speed to outspeed a max speed Garchomp. We got the Moonblast, Tin Power Fire, Giga Drain, and U-Turn. I had Hurricane over U-Turn, but I mean, just for the Celebi. But U-Turn hits Celebi really hard anyway. And U-Turn is nice, better for initiative and whatnot. U-Turn also hits Meloetta harder than everything else, pretty much. I kind of wanted to go knockoff, but you know, everything here is kind of needed. HP Fire is nice for the Fortress. Moonblast and the Celesteela, obviously. Moonblast hits his team pretty hard. Giga Drain hits his team, but this just has a really good matchup against his team offensively. And you know, this thing can really get going. The only thing is that Oricorio, if he brings the Fire Flying one that's on the layout right now, that kind of walls this thing. But again, we do outspeed it, and we can just go for the U-turn if he does that. But yeah, I'm looking for this thing to put in work. I think my opponent will not predict me to be offensive and I think that's going to help me get a bit of pressure on him because he's gonna switch into something, and whatever move I go for is gonna do a lot of damage, whether it be Moonblast, HP Fire, or Giga Drain. And he's gonna be like, oh shit, I gotta do something about this. Hopefully I make the right plays with this thing now. So next up is Dark Matter, our lefties Necrozma with Sword Power, Iron Defense, Calm Mind, and Sub. Yeah, pretty standard. I had pretty much this set except this one's defensive, whereas the one last week was like max special attack. And also this one doesn't have Moonlight, we have Sub instead because I want to be able to sub up against the Celesteela. We don't have Moonlight, but or the Lumberry, we have the lefty. Like, yeah, I mean this set's really nice against this team. Oh, we have the 16 EVs or 16 IVs of speed in speed because I need to. That is going to outspeed a Politoed with 4 EVs in speed. But it's also going to make it so that he doesn't do as much with the Fortress. Like he can't do as much with the Gyro Ball with the Fortress. Basically, if he has no attack EVs in his Fortress, and he's like min speed, like Sassy Nature, which lowers speed by the way, and he's like 0 IVs in speed, and he goes for Gyro Ball. If we get a sub up, we'll be able to outspeed it obviously because it's slow as shit. But if we get a sub up and he goes for the Gyro Ball, it does 22.6 to 27%. Which again, that's with no attack investment, but it's also with him having a negative speed nature and 0 speed IVs, which he might not bring. Who knows? But yeah, so I have a chance to get a sub up against Fortress and start going to town with my setup. Like the first thing I get up was probably Iron Defense, and then I start going for Calm Mind, really hammering down. But yeah, sub is nice because if I get it, also because I'm defensive like this, to a non-offensive Celesteela, I should be able to take a heavy slam with this. Like the max roll is a 25.1%, and the min roll is like 20 or 21% or something like that. But yeah, he shouldn't be able to. If he's not offensive, he shouldn't be able to break a sub. And we obviously do outspeed that. Like yeah, if he's like physically defensive or something, or specially defensive or whatever, then this thing should definitely be able to set up a sub against it. Again, we don't have Moonlight, but we can definitely Calm Mind up. We can Iron Defense up. We can set up stuff and then Stored Power. And the only thing standing in our way is Shedinja, or more like floating in our way. The only thing floating in our way is Shedinja. So yeah. Last but not least, we have Konnichiwa, our Mienshao, with the enough speed to outspeed a Garchomp as long as he's not scarfed. Choice Band, high jump kicks with the reckless, but again, if he doesn't bring Shedinja, that's really honestly pretty annoying. But if he doesn't bring Shedinja, we can just high jump kick his entire team, dude. Like we can also U-turn, we can Stone Edge, the Tundi. I thought I had HP Ice over Taunt, but I changed it because high jump kick's gonna be just like hitting Garchomp so hard anyway, so I don't really need HP Ice. And Taunt could be nice if I know that the Celesteela can live a hit from me. Then I can go for the Taunt, as it might like if I'm like really low and I know it's gonna like take me out, I can go for the Taunt. And then if he takes us out, we can switch right into Necrozma and get up a sub. And then again, this is like if he's like a really bulky Celesteela. If he's offensive, then that's a threat, but I don't know. I mean, it's not nearly as bulky if it's offensive. That's the thing. So yeah, we can go into Necrozma if I get a taunt up, and then I can just set up a sub, and then just Iron Defense up, Calm Mind up, and yeah, put in the work. So hopefully we do something. This team is subject to change. I might add Volcanion with sub. I might add Wailord just for the fun, just for the freaking fun of it. Because Wailord, I mean, it's got a decent matchup. Who knows? But yeah, things to watch out for. I think Celesteela, Garchomp. I mean, I just think that, I think he's gonna bring just a super powerful team. Like he's got a really good draft, and I also need to watch out for the Shedinja. I can't sweep just like last week. I couldn't have swept if he had brought Shiftry. I couldn't have swept in Necrozma. If he has no Dark type, but if he brings Shedinja, I can't Sword Power. Like it doesn't hit him. so I have to be able to get rid of that thing first. I'm hoping he just doesn't bring it. Like, it's a Shedinja, you know, so so hopefully he doesn't bring it, but against my team, it kind of looks promising. So hopefully he doesn't bring it, but who knows. I do have like Stealth Rocks and Toxic and stuff like that, and Stone Edge on this thing, so. Anyway, I wanted to go Z Mirror move to Drio, but a lot of things I'm forcing out, and when I'm not forcing out, I'm not gonna be able to beat one-on-one, so yeah, that's just how it is. Thank you guys so much for watching though. Again, this team might change, but you'll know if it changes before the battle happens, or before I don't know. I might post com. I'm hoping I'm gonna live com, but who knows. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This was a really long team builder, but it's alright. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.